Hello YouTube, it is your boy B3 back with another kicking action figure review. Today we have a figure that I got at my local comic book store really the day it came out, and it's just been in package ever since. It's been a while. I liked the packaging and I was displaying it in that, but I think it's time to finally open it. The Pacific Rim Uprising Hakuja Kaiju vinyl action figure review. This was I guess technically, yeah, this was the only kaiju that Diamond Select released for Pacific Rim Uprising. Technically, they released two if you count the drone, which I have reviewed. I've reviewed all the Pacific Rim Uprising figures from Diamond Select except this one so far, but I guess this makes it complete. But yeah, this and the drone were the only real kaiju. They didn't make the other two of the three kaiju, or the Mega Kaiju. I didn't really care for the Mega Kaiju, and I have the other kaiju from Sophie Spirits, so it works out. But this one, I believe, is a bit bigger than the Sophie Spirits one, more articulated, etc. So I'd much rather have it. I don't need it and the Sophie, though, so I didn't get the Sophie. But, yeah, let's pop it open. And here he is, out of package, the Hakuja Kaiju from Diamond Select's Pacific Rim Uprising line. He was kind of a single release. I don't think he was actually technically part of any wave. Mine's already broken. Took him out of package. Tongue came right off. I'm going to put that in my broken figures box. Later. Until then, he's a mouth-closed kaiju. But it is a really cool tongue. And he's a really cool figure. Lots of articulation. Most of it swivels, which I wish wasn't the case, but yeah, he stands just fine, as you can see, on all six legs. One of them's kind of wonky. It doesn't seem to line up super well with the rest of them. It's hard to get all his feet on the ground at the same time. There's always seems to be one sticking up that's not the front leg. You know what I mean? Pretty wild. But he's got plenty of articulation. Side to side, up and down on the head. Sorry. Jaw, which is pretty cool. He's got in and out on these arm joints. And then on each one there's like a swivel here and a swivel here. And the legs kind of have three swivels in the back. There's the swivel connecting to the body, the swivel halfway down, and the swivel at the foot for all three legs. And then let's talk about the tail, which just has one point. You see? You just have this one point on the tail, but it's given this curve. I wish the tail had more articulation. That's my biggest articulation complaint. I wish the tail just had more. The detail and paint are excellent. He's sculpted incredibly well. The paint is immaculate. Even on the bottom, you have the bright colored, the bright colored paint on the bottom. You see, running through, because all the kaiju in Pacific Rim are bioluminescent or something. See, when it's hard to get this. If this leg's touching the ground, then this leg isn't, and if this leg's touching the ground, this one isn't. And this back leg's only sort of kind of touching the ground. So it's it doesn't all its feet don't want to be on the ground at the same time, which I don't like. But we are going to do some size comparisons now. First, I'm going to compare him with one of the kaiju from the Sophie Spirits line, which I think is a good idea, because he actually might be a little big for the Sophie Spirits kaiju. Let's actually put him off to the side, and we'll do a one-on-one size comparison, unlike the two or one on each side that we usually do. But here is the Sophie Spirits Raijin, I believe was his name. I don't know. I believe Hakuja was a little smaller, but I honestly don't really care. I'm glad to have a bigger Hakuja. And detail and paint-wise, they actually match up pretty well, so I dig it. Let's get you out of here. Big old kaiju boy. Delicious kaiju boy. And now one of the Diamond Select Jaegers. Here is Titan Redeemer. I think that looks pretty good. You know? I really dig that. If you would like to see one of the NECA Jaegers, here's the NECA Wave 2 Battle Damaged Gypsy Danger. They look pretty cool with each other. I'm sure you also would like to see one of the Robot Spirits Jaegers. Oh, I lost a little arm piece on this guy. Oh, there it is. Let's plug it back in. This is Jaeger's kind of a half and half. Spoilers if you haven't seen the movie. But this is probably my favorite of the Robot Spirits Jaegers. Obsidian Fury. That's pretty cool too. The Robot Spirits ones were kind of supposed to go with the Sophie Spirit ones. But he might be a little big for this one, but who cares, right? It's the Kaiju. Bigger, better, right? Bigger the better. And then what kind of Kaiju review would this be if I didn't compare him to the G-Man himself? Let's get out the NECA Atomic Breath 2001 Godzilla. That looks like a fun matchup, don't you think? Yep. But that's the 6-inch scale, which is technically a smaller scale than this Hakuja. Here's a larger scale, the Mezco King Kong. Oh, I actually think that looks really cool. I really like that comparison. Yeah, my Mezco Kong's definitely going to be fighting this guy. That looks really good. I dig that. So that's it for size comparisons today. So what are my final thoughts on the Diamond Select Hakuja Kaiju? Well, it is pretty cool. Worth the money? Probably. So, definitely worth the original retail price, which I believe has been lost to me. I paid $45 for him. Honestly, yeah, he's worth 45 bucks. I don't know what his price is now. I don't know if it's gone up, if it's gone down. My guess would be down. To be completely honest, since they only made one of the Kaiju, sort of, technically. And also because Pacific Rim Uprising wasn't the best movie. It had okay parts, but it wasn't the best movie. So, probably not too many people looking for this guy. But if you want him, yeah, sure, I recommend him. He could be articulated a little better, especially that tail. But the detail and paint are on point, and I really like how he looks with my other Kaiju and Mecha figures. So that's it. Thank you all very much for your support. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And I'll let you pick what I review next time. It looks like we only have 2 figures left to review. 2 figures in package left to review. One is an SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider figure. The other is a Diamond Select Universal Monsters figure. Which one are we going to do? I'll let you guys decide in the comments section below. Universal Monster or Kamen Rider. So that's it. Thank you all once again for your support, and I'll see you all next time.